So when it comes to identifier, they are the names. Identifiers are the names for the memory locations, okay, that are given by the programmer. You must know the rules for framing the identifiers. Okay, it may have alphabets, capitals or small letters. It may have numbers, or it may have underscore. Underscore is the only symbol which is allowed in the names. Okay, they are known as identifiers. They are known as identifiers. Similarly, it should start with alphabet or underscore, but not with number. Okay, it should not begin with number. Any identifier should not begin with number. Similarly, it must be 31 characters length. Okay, it should not be more than 31 characters. Similarly, no keywords must be used for identifiers. Okay, next, identifiers are case sensitive. Identifiers are case sensitive. Okay, so the next thing is, I told you about the keywords. I told you about the keywords. They are the reserved words. They are the reserved words. Okay, like case.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Sir, what do you mean by case sensitive?
Case sensitive means if you have defined in capitals, means you must use capitals everywhere. Okay, it's like this. Say if I declare int num. Okay, if I declare int num, okay, everywhere it must be used like, say printf, say printf percentage d, okay, comma num. Say if I do like this, I'm initializing this, so I will initialize with 20. Okay, you see there, here I have used small n. We should not use small n. Okay, if we have defined that one as capital N, means here also we must use capital N. Here we must use capital N. Okay, that is the meaning of case sensitive. Case sensitive. Okay, wherever you define with capitals, there you must use capitals. If you define with small letters, they must be called with small letters. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Now the next thing is the keywords. I told you various keywords. You must know these keywords. Okay. Similarly, keywords also must not be used for naming. Okay. Similarly, the next thing is constants. They remain constant throughout the program. Their values will not change. Their values will not change throughout the program. Okay. So 1 minute. Constants where the data values will not change. Okay. There are different types of constants like integer constants, real constants, character constants, enumeration constants, coding constants. Again, coding constants can be categorized as literal, defined, and memory. Okay. Now, in the last class, I told you integer constants. Integer constants. Okay, if you take the example, these are integer constants. These are integer constants. They may be positive or negative. If you are having sign, means they are known as signed integer. Okay, you see that plus, I have prefixed with plus. Okay, so they are known as signed integers. Okay, we can even suffix with capital U, that means unsigned. Okay, that means it is unsigned. Okay, similarly, the next type of constants are real constants. That means they can have fractional values. They can have fractional values. You can see there 564.35, 564.35. Okay, like this. All the float values or float constants are also known as real constants. Now, the next type of constants are character constants. The next type of constants are character constants. They are enclosed within single quotes. They may enclose within a single quotes. Even they may they may be prefixed with this slash. Okay, backslash. Okay, they are having some specific meaning. Okay, in the last class I have executed them. Slash b, it stands for backspace. Okay, slash a, it gives you some sound. Similarly, slash n, the cursor moves to the next line. Similarly, slash t, okay, it moves to the horizontal tab, okay, say 8 spaces, it may move ahead. We may change the number of spaces. Similarly, slash v, like this. These are known as character constants. Similarly, you'll be having string constants. Similarly, you'll be having string constants. Anything that is enclosed within a single quotes or double quotes, okay, they are known as string constants. You see that it has been enclosed with double quotes, okay, they are known as string constants. Say there is some difference, if I have like this, college is equal to CEC, okay, if it is like this, the CEC will be suffixed with null character like this. This will be suffixed automatically by the computer, okay, that is the meaning of string. It shows it has been ended there, okay. The next type of constant is enumeration constant. If you are having some list of variables, if you want to access them faster, we are using enumeration constant, okay. Let me type this. Enumeration constant, okay. They're used for faster access. Internally, computer will assign integer values for list of variables, okay. Say for example, if I take enumerate, we are using the word enum, okay. Enum month, okay, enum month, where all the values must be given like this: Jan, Feb, March, okay. So if it is like this, now Jan will be having 0. Jan can be accessed by using 0. Feb can be accessed by using 1. March can be accessed by using 2. Okay, it may be like this. Printf, we are printing an integer. Enumeration means integer constants. We are printing integer constants. Okay. So, comma, here we need to write month of 1. Okay. Like this we can access. If you want March, how to access them?
%d month 3.
Month of 3. It's not 3, it is 2. Jan can be accessed by using 0. Feb can be accessed by using 1. March can be accessed by using 2. Okay. The values can be accessed like 0, 1 and 2. Okay. So we may be having n number of months. 12 months will be there. Okay, this is the case. Similarly, if you take any classroom, enum, say first year, say I will define with your names. Say first name may be Raj, okay. Second name may be Rahul, okay. Something like this. The names are there. 50 names will be there. Okay. So if you want the Rahul to be accessed, you can use first year of 1. Okay, like this. You can access the variables by using the integer numbers. Okay, that makes the system faster. Those type of constants, they are known as enumeration constants. Please type me enumeration constant, everybody, in the chat box. Please type me enumeration constants, everybody, in the chat box. Okay, good Tarun, good Kedar, good Abdul, enumeration constant, good Abdul, good Kokila, good Sukrut, good Umehani, good Suhas, good Vivek, good Ashashwini, good Vaishnavi, good Swati, good Saida, good Sharana, good Vishwa, good Tejas, good Yashashri, good Abhilash, good Amisha. Okay, good. You see there? Enumeration constants. If you want to access n number of values at a time, if you want to access n number of values, we
So
may
here
enumerate.
first, when we call Rahul, then we write first year 0 1.
For Rahul, it is first year of 1. Okay. We may print like this. Printf. We are printing a string. Okay, we are printing a string. That's why we need to use percentages, comma, first year of 1. First year of 1. We may use like this. Okay. Now, the next type of constants. You see, in this example, enum boolean. Boolean will be having two values, no or s. No or s. If you want s, we can use boolean of 1. We can use boolean of 1. Okay. Now, similarly, coding constants. Among the coding constants, the first one is literal constants. Okay, literal constants means they'll be not having any name. 6, it doesn't have any name. They are known as unnamed constants. Similarly, a plus 7, it doesn't have any name. Similarly, 7.5 plus c plus d. Okay, we can directly code. In the program. Those kind of constants, they are known as literal constants. You see there? The other type of constants, they are known as memory constants. They are known as memory constants. With the help of const, they can be declared by using a keyword const. Okay, const float pi, where pi value is 3.147. We are initializing with const. Okay. Now, that's about the coding constants. Among the coding constants, literal constants and memory constants. For memory constants, we are using, this is the syntax for declaration of memory constant 5. Okay. Now, similarly, the next concept is data types. I told you what is data type. Data type specifies the type of the data which can be stored in the variables. Okay, which can be stored in the variable. Okay, the types of data types are integer, float, character. Okay, float, double, and void. Okay, void is also a data type. Okay, so the definition for data type is I told you in the last class. Anyhow, I'll revise. It specifies the type of the data, which can be stored in variables. Okay. If you want to say examples are, what are the examples? Int, float, double, okay, char, void, all these are data types. Okay, int, float, double, char, and void. Now, let me tell you integer data type. Okay, it is used for specifying whole numbers. Okay, with whole numbers, positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0 can be stored by using this integer type. We are using a keyword int. Next, we can have the values in between minus 32,768 to 32,767. Okay, we can store any values in between this range. Okay, this is the range of the 16-bit machine. Okay, nowadays we are having 32-bit machine. Nowadays we are having 32-bit machine. Okay, you can see there among the integer we'll be having short int. We may have long int also. For short int it is 1 byte. 1 byte is reserved. What do you mean by 1 byte? 8 bits. 8 bits will be reserved. So the maximum range we can store the values in between 0 to 25. Okay, we can store only in this range for the short int. Okay, for normal int we may have this many values from 0 to 65,535. Okay, from 0 to 65,535. If I give 70,000, if I try to store 70,000 here, we may get error. Okay, for long int we may specify long int. Okay, for long int the number of bytes reserved is 4 bytes, and the number of values we can store is this much big range. Okay, in this range we can store the values. In the last class somebody was asking what is the range for integers. Okay, this is the range of integers. Integers will be having short int, and long int. For short int 1 byte is reserved. Okay, and we can store the values in between 0 to 255. Similarly, for integer 2 bytes is reserved, 16 bits size is 16 bits, and the values which we can store is from 0 to 65,535. Okay, you see there in this diagram we are having short int and integer, short int and integer, long integer. You see there short int, and long int. Okay, now the next kind of data type is floating data type, floating point, which is used to store decimal numbers. Okay, whenever we say decimal numbers, fractional values. Can you give me example for decimal numbers? Type me, every one of you type me at least one decimal value. Okay, good Kokila, good Abdul, good Vaishnavi, good Umehani, good Abhilash, good Vivek, good Sharona, good Sukrut. See here, we'll be having, we can store decimal numbers. We can store decimal numbers. For that, we need to specify the data type as float. Okay, it is like this. If you want to store float, okay, declaration is float. Say num is equal to 23.76. Okay, 8. Okay, this is the float number. This is the float number. Okay. Similarly, if I try to do this, int num of 23.768, we may get error. Okay, because 23.768, it is not integer, it is a float. Okay, now for float, you see there 4 bytes is reserved. For float, 4 bytes is reserved. That means the maximum range is 2 raised to 32. Okay, the maximum range is 2 raised to 32. That much values we can store in the float values. Similarly, double, we will be having double. The number of bytes reserved is 8 bytes. Okay, so the number of values which we can store is 2 raised to 64. We can store is 2 raised to 64. Okay, so it's like this: float, double, and long double. We'll be having float, double, and long double. For double, it is 8 bytes. 8 bytes is reserved for double. Similarly, for long double, it is 10 bytes. Okay. Say, let me check this. I'll open the C editor. We'll do some experiment there. Let it open. Now, the next type of data type is character type. Where we can store a single character. In the memory. Okay. So every character will be having ASCII values assigned to that. Okay, ASCII stands for American Standards for uh, Standard Code for Information Interchange. Say for example, for A the ASCII value is 97. For A, for small a it is 97. For B it is, for B it is 98. Okay, similarly for 120, for X it is 120. Like this, every single character will be coded by the American people for information interchange. So all the digits from 0 to 99, 0 to 9, it is having the values in between 48 to 57. Similarly 65 to 90 is for capital A to Z. Similarly for small a to Z, it is from 97 to 122. These are the internal codes, internal ASCII values for the characters. Okay, so let me check for the size of the bytes. Okay, so program 6, I'll go for I'll do here only. Say I'll take int a is equal to, int a is equal to 100, float float b is equal to, float b is equal to 20.90. Okay, you see that as soon as I type float value, we are getting the color is changed, color is changed. Okay, similarly one more is double, one more is double. Okay, double c is equal to say 45.6789. Okay, give semicolon. Now if you want to print it, if you want to print, if you want to print, say L is equal to size of, we are using one function like size of. You see there size of is having a, it's a predefined one, it's a predefined one. So here I'll take that one as L1, I'll take that one as L1. So printf, say percentage d comma L1. So close this. Now what will be the output for this? What will be the output for this? I'll comment this. How many bytes is reserved for A? I told 2 bytes. Is it? Compile it. Okay. Here we need to define one more integer. One more integer L1. Okay. So compile this. Now run this. Okay. Let me comment this. Run it. You see there 2 bytes. For integer it is 2 bytes. Okay. Similarly, if you want the float, if you want the float, okay, here we must give size of b. Here I must write size of b. Now for float, how many bytes is reserved? For float, how many bytes is reserved? 4 bytes. 4 bytes. Okay, let me run that. You see there 4 bytes for float. Similarly for double, it is 8 bytes. For double it is 8 bytes. Say I will comment this. Now I will come here. Instead of size of b, here I will take size of c. Here I will take size of c. Compile it and run it. So 8 bytes. 8 bytes for double. Similarly for character, I will take one more variable character. Char c is equal to, I will take in a single quotes. Okay, give semicolon. Now I'll comment this. Now it must be 1 byte. Now it must be 1 byte. You see there 1 byte. 1 byte. Okay. Okay. Now I'll come out of this. S. I'll go here. So char, for char it is 1 byte. 1 byte is reserved. Okay, 1 byte means 8 bits. Okay, 8 bits. Similarly, for int, it is 2 bytes. For int it is 2 bytes. 2 bytes means 16 bits. 16 bytes is reserved. Again, in int we are having small int, long int, like that. Okay. Now the next thing is float. For float it is 4 bytes. For float it is 4 bytes. 4 bytes means we'll be having 32 bits. 32 bits is reserved for that. Similarly, for char, float and double. For double it is 8 bytes. Okay, 8 bytes means 8 8 the 64. 64 bits are used for representing. Okay. Now even I told you we must store the values in between -128 to 127 for small int. Okay, you must know them. As of now, just you learn the size. It's enough. Now the next type is void data type. Okay, let me show you that also. I forget to show that. You see there, I'll declare one more variable. Void, say D. I'll take D. Okay. Now, if I take D here, what will be the output? 0 bytes. Void will occupy 0 bytes. Some mistake is there. Okay, you see there, the size of D is unknown. We must get 0 bytes. Okay. Now, variables. I told you what is variables. Variables are nothing but the names given to the memory locations. I told you in the last class, these are very important. Variables. These are the names given for memory location. Okay. Syntax is data type. Okay, data type, variable 1, variable 2. We may have n number of variables. Variable n. Okay, if you take the example int and num1, okay, num2, num3, etc. Say float. Say this time I'll write like num1, num2, num3, etc. Okay. If you want character data type, char s, I may declare like this, char s, something like this. Okay. Now, what are the variables in these 3 lines? Please type me all the variables that are present in these 3 lines. Please type me variables. Vaishnavi, they are data types. Whatever you have typed is data types. I am asking you variables. The variables that are present in these 3 lines. S, good. S is a variable. Okay, good, Tarun. Num1, num2, num3, all these are variables. Variables in this three lines are num1, num2, num3, num1, num2, num3, comma s. All these are variables. All these are variables. Okay. Now I'll take one more example. Double, double. Say I'll take value 1, value 2. Now you tell me what are the variables. What are the variables in this line? What are the variables in this line? Please type me. Value 1 and value 2. Good. Good Vaishnavi. Good Pooja. Good Abdul. Good. Good Kokila. Good Suhas. Good Sharona. Good. Good Sukrut. Good. You see there? In this example, value 1 and value 2 are variables. Variables are value 1, value 2, okay, value 3, or value 2, value 1 and value 2. Now what is the data type? What is the data type in this line? What is the data type in this line? What is the data type in this line?
Double.
Double. Good. Okay. Kokila double. Good. Good Pooja. Good. Good Saida. Good. Okay. Good. Now let me write a small program. Let me write a small program for simple interest. Program for simple interest. Everybody knows what is simple interest?
Yes, sir.
Simple interest.
Yes, sir.
See here. Simple interest means we'll be fetching money from others, or bank will be giving loans for people and asking the interest to pay. Okay, so there will be having principal amount. Okay, it is known as principal, not college principal. It is principal amount, then rate of interest, okay, and time period. Okay, say a particular customer from the bank, he took 1 lakh rupees. For the rate of interest of 7.5. Okay, 7.5, and the time period is for 5 years. If you want to calculate the interest, okay, it will be like this. The 7.5 is for annum, for year. Monthly it will be nearly 60 paise. For 1000 rupees, for 100 rupees it is 60 paise. Okay, like that. For 1 lakh rupees, nearly it will be 600 rupees. Okay, so for this formula for simple interest is P stands for principal. Okay, let me minimize this. Okay, for principal I will be taking small p, into for rate of interest I will take r. Okay, again for time period I will take t. Okay, divided by 100. This is the formula. Okay, let me write the program for this. Okay, first we need to read principal amount, rate of interest, and time period from the user. Okay, so as usual we will write hash include stdio.h. Okay, see it carefully. hash include conio.h. Okay, after that void main, now give the brackets. Here we can write int, not int. Say I'll take every data as float only. Float p, comma r, comma p. Okay, comma si. Okay, now printf, enter principal amount, enter principal amount, comma, rate of interest, comma, time period. This is the message we are giving to the user. Okay, close the quotes. After that, give the semicolon. Now, here what we need to do is we need to use scanf. Okay. Now, principal amount. Say user has entered 1 lakh rupees. Okay. We want even that paise also. So we'll be using percentage F. Okay. Percentage F. Okay. Now, comma. We need to store the values at P. We need to store the values at R. Okay, the third value at T. Okay, now close this. Simple interest is equal to, we must write the formula, P into R. Okay, now divide by 100. Close this. Okay, now give semicolon. Now you print it. Print the result. Okay, print the result. Say interest is okay. Percentage D. It's not percentage D. It is percentage F. Comma SI. Okay. Comma SI. Now close this. Give. We have printed that. Next we use get CH. Close this. Even we can use clear screen also. Clear screen. So what will be the output? What is the first statement you are going to get? What is the first statement you are going to get in the output? The first
Enter principal.
Yeah, the first
Enter
statement
the value of
principal amount, this entire statement. You will get this entire statement. Okay, so I'll copy this. I'll come here. I'll enter this. You'll get the statement like this. Next, you need to enter 1 lakh. Say rate of interest is 6.8 or banks will charge nearly 8.5. Next, time period is 5 years. I'll type enter. As soon as I type enter, this 1 lakh will be stored in 1 lakh will be stored in P. Okay. 8.5 will be stored in R and 5 will be stored in T. After that, simple interest will be calculated by using this formula and we will get the result like this. Okay. Let me execute that. Okay. Now I'll go for the new program. Alt F, say new. Okay. I'll type F5. Now, even you can save now only. Save as, you can give the name as program 7.c. Okay. Now here, hash include say stdio.h. Now, hash include onio.h. After that, void main. Now give the brackets. Here you need to declare float. Okay, I'll declare P, I'll declare rate, I'll declare T. Okay. Now instead of PRT, can I declare principal? Can I declare like this? Say yes or no? Unmute yourself and tell me.
Yes, sir.
You can declare like this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You can give any name. You can give even P, or you can give here rate. You can give rate. Okay. Or just R. Here you can write time period. Okay. Or you can just write T. Now we must give the message. By using printf. Say here enter principal amount, comma rate of interest. Okay, rate of interest, comma time period. Okay, you can give any message that must be readable by the user. User will understand that he needs to enter something. Okay, what he needs to enter? He needs to enter principal amount, rate of interest, and time period. So use scanf. use scanf. Okay, now percentage f, percentage f, percentage f. He is entering three values. Okay, so ampersand p, ampersand r, ampersand p, ampersand p. Close this. Now simple interest. Okay, simple interest. I did not declare the
Yes,
variable simple interest. Here we need to declare one more variable si. Okay. Now si is equal to, say, within the brackets, p into r into t, p into r into t divided by 100. Okay, give the semicolon. Since we are having n number of values here, so we are using brackets. So we are using brackets. In the numerator part, we are having more than one operand. That's why we are using brackets. Now printf simple interest is okay. We are printing a float value. That's why we need to write percentage f. After that si. After that it is si. Okay. Now get ch. Okay. There we can clear the screen. Here we can clear the screen. Close this. You come here. Now save it. Alt F, save it. Now compile it. No errors. Let me run it. So we got the message like enter principal amount, rate of interest, and time period. Say I will enter some 10,000 or 1 lakh rupees. Say 8.5. Okay, for 5 years. Simple interest is altogether we are going to get 42,500 rupees. Okay, that is the simple interest he is paying for 5 years. Okay, for let me do it for 1 year. Let me do it for 1 year. Okay, 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees. Say rate of interest is 8.5 for 1 year. He is going to get 8,500 as the interest. Okay. So I'll come out of this. Say, let me stop here.
Sir, can we use Visual Studio Code
Yes.
instead of?
You can use any editor. No issues. Okay. So let me stop here. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Type me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Only two people. How about others? You can type me. You can type in the chat box. Okay. Good. Okay, good every one of you. So let me take the attendance. We can stop here. Good every one of you. Say, everybody join the group.